Hi everyone, welcome back. I honestly didn't really have a plan for today's video. I've been feeling a little bit stuck creatively lately, but at the same time, I really wanted to sit down and draw something. So I thought instead of waiting for that magical moment when I suddenly feel inspired again, I'm just going to start painting and see where it takes me. And today, actually, I decided to paint tomatoes. It's tomato season here right now, and they are so good. Here where I live, our neighbor actually brought us some tomatoes today, and they are so beautiful that I immediately thought, okay, I need to paint some tomatoes today. I mean, there are those really good summer tomatoes that actually smell like tomatoes. You know what I mean? Well, back to sketching. So today I just wanted to draw something on my sketchbook. Didn't plan anything, so don't expect anything fancy today. So I've been trying to slow down a little bit lately. I think I've been feeling quite overwhelmed, and I didn't really realize how tired I was until recently. I've just been doing so many things at once. Work has been very busy. Two of my cats got sick recently, and then my dog somehow managed to hurt himself too. He got something stuck or poked himself somehow, and I had to take him to the vet. So I've basically been running around between home, work, and the vet lately. That's why all of a sudden I've been drawing cats lately. I find myself drawing cats every day. That's so much fun though, really. Drawing cats. You can see the cats' videos and reels on my Instagram account. Okay, back to drawing. I always find it interesting how difficult it can be to start something when you already know how to draw. You would think that after doing this for so many years, picking up a pencil would be the easiest thing in the world, but sometimes it's actually the opposite because we're overthinking before we start, what I'm gonna draw, is it gonna be good? you know, what's the point? But you always, need to just start sketching something. If you like to draw, you just draw whatever you want. That's just this simple, actually. whoever stay and listen and watch this video, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. This is my what I call is tiny desk. There is also tiny desk studio concerts on YouTube, which I really like. Um, Whatever. This what I call is tiny desk. My tiny desk drawings. Maybe this can be a serious tiny desk drawings. Yay! Probably one of my biggest problems lately. I think social media can make that feeling even stronger. This probably so many people's problem, but we shouldn't be like this. I don't know. You can't help it. So you are thinking whether people are going to like it or not, and suddenly you are not even drawing anymore. You're just thinking about drawing, but you're feeling sad. This is just, you know, we shouldn't be like this. I know, but you can help it sometimes, you can relate, maybe. If you can, please comment on the section below. I also decided to, record in English because my audience is not Turkish. I'm Turkish. I live in Turkey, but I don't know. My audience is not Turkish. So I hope this videos of mine find its audience somehow. By the way, here I'm drawing with color pencils, but suddenly I decided to paint with gouache, which I love. So, but there is something missing on this video. Sorry about that. So here I'm drawing with, painting with brush, using gouache, Holbein gouache, my favorite. Um, I don't know. I like it with gouache better. Looking so much better with gouache, I think. Um, I like to start with gouache, then use color pencils with the details. But I tried something different today and I sketch with color pencils. I also start with backgrounds, then draw on top of that, but I didn't do that either today. So I just sketch tomatoes, then color pencil, then gouache paint. So I need a background on this. I decided to make something, some contrast on the background. Sometimes you start first and the motivation comes later. And sometimes it doesn't come at all. And that's okay too. I think there's this idea that artists are supposed to constantly be inspired, like you're supposed to wake up every morning and think, oh my God, I have so many ideas today. But that's not really how it works, at least not for me. Sometimes I feel incredibly creative and I want to make 10 things in one day. And no time, of course. Obviously, I don't have time for that. And sometimes I look at my art supplies and I'm like, I don't want to do anything today. And I've been having a little bit more of the second feeling lately. I've been quite busy, and I think when your brain is tired, creativity is one of the first things that starts feeling difficult, even if you love what you do. Especially when your hobby and your job are both connected to art. Sometimes you just want to sit down and make something without it needing to be useful, without it needing to become a finished illustration, without thinking, is this content? Yeah, it is content. No, it's not worth it. So just drawing because you felt like drawing, you know, I want that sometimes. I also think artist block doesn't always mean that you've run out of ideas. Sometimes it just means you mentally tired. And I think those are two very different things. There are days when I have absolutely no idea what I want to draw, and then there are days when I want hundreds of ideas, but I don't have the energy to make any of them. I think lately I've been somewhere in between. I have ideas, I just don't feel like doing them, and that can be really frustrating because as an artist, you obviously want to create. You want to feel excited about your work, but you can't force yourself into being inspired. At least I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Maybe someday I'll discover the secret. If I do, I'll definitely make a video about it. Promise. But for now, I think the best thing I can do is just lower the expectations. Instead of saying, I need to make something amazing today, I'm trying to say, I just want to spend some time making something. That's all I need. I actually have no idea where this is going, and I kind of like it. You know, it doesn't look that bad, I think. So it's really nice to have a piece of paper where nobody's waiting for anything. This doesn't have to become anything. It can just exist. Okay, I think I'm finally starting to like where this is going. Which is funny because at the beginning I genuinely had no idea what I was going to do. And this is probably why I like spontaneous drawing sessions. Okay, if you are also going through an artist block right now, maybe try doing something really simple. Don't try to make your next masterpiece. Just draw a little flower, paint some shapes, draw your favorite animal, fill a page with colors, anything that doesn't feel like work. And if you are also feeling a little creatively stuck lately, I hope this reminds you that it's completely okay. We will figure it out, one little drawings at a time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.